Let's talk about another IPO which is set to open today, which is Sambhv Steel. The company is looking to raise 540 crore rupees. Puneet is joining in with a SWOT analysis. What's the good, bad and the ugly?
Well, thank you for that. So it is a very interesting IPO in the sense that it's a new one in the steel pipe segment, but competition is quite rampant and the margins are low. So it is going to be a very interesting one to say the least in terms of participation from investors as well. But we put together a SWOT analysis for this. While the strengths include that it is one of the two players in India manufacturing ERW pipes, steel pipes specifically in India. It is also seeing some competition there. Now, the other strength is that it's the only player to manufacture a specific type of pipe, which is the narrow width HR coil with a lot of backward integration. So that could support margins going forward. But the weakness does include the high commoditized nature of steel pipes as well. Within opportunities, we have mentioned that the steel pipe segment is gaining a lot of traction and it's expected to grow at roughly 8 to 9% CAGR over the next few years. So that could be beneficial for the company as well. While the structural infrastructure and focus on the irrigation space is something which is another key opportunity. But within threats, and we spoke about this, the competition is very high because it competes with the likes of APL, Apollo pipes, which has really high margins in this segment, the highest amongst the other peers, while something like a Hariom Pipe and GTL Industries are also legacy players that they will be competing in. So currently, CAPEX is going down for the company. Return on capital is expected to improve, but margins will be one of the key monitorables going forward for Sambhv Pipes.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Keep an eye out for this IPO. Of course, gets dwarfed in connection with HDB Financial, but certainly an important one to track. On more news and updates, in the latest update from the IndusInd saga, sources are telling us that the microfinance arm Bharat Financial Inclusion is seeing more exits as officials appointed by the bank step aside. Vishwanath Nair, who's tracking the story closely, joins in with more info. Vishi, what are you hearing?
Right, Neeraj. So what has happened is Vikas Mattu, who's the Chief Operating Officer of this microfinance unit, as well as the Head of Member Services, has resigned. Alongside him, his joint COO of the company, Anujit Varadkar, has also resigned from his position at Bharat Financial Inclusion. These were two officials who were very recently appointed by IndusInd Bank. As far as Mattu is concerned, he joined only in March of 2023, and Anujit Varadkar joined in May of 2024. Both these officials have now resigned, of course, and this is coming in the context of the enhanced scrutiny that is happening into the microfinance division. Remember that the bank had pointed out that in the microfinance business, they have seen incorrect interest income of about 674 odd crore and incorrect fee income of about 173 crore. Alongside that, due to poor provisioning policies at this microfinance unit, the bank had to make a 2,000 crore provisions against certain NPAs which were not classified as bad loans on the books. So there is an investigation that was initiated by the Internal Audit Department, which was then, of course, supplemented with findings by EY. So therefore, these exits hold more importance. Already a month ago, you saw the executive vice chairman of the company, J. Sridharan, him also resigning. He was also appointed by IndusInd Bank. So what is exactly Bharat Financial doing to counter these things? Well, they've actually promoted one of their long-term loyalists, Gopi Krishna A., who has been with the company for nearly 20 years. He has been promoted now to Head of Member Services, and he becomes one of the highest ranking officials in the company. So it's clear that the people who are appointed by the bank are on their way out, while people who were always with Bharat Financial before IndusInd Bank acquired the company in 2019, they are now going to take charge because obviously the situation at the microfinance unit is looking a little tough.